Before we jump into today's Chiefs mailbag, be sure to hit that subscribe button here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. You guys see that number? We're less than 500 subscribers away from 27,000. Help us get there. More Chiefs content throughout the offseason, the latest news, rumors, other videos as well, including mailbags like the one coming up right now. First question here on today's Chiefs mailbag. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Shout out to I'm DeBrown for the $6 super chat. What are the chances Mahomes restructures his contract to free up cap space? I'd say it's pretty likely. When you see these big quarterback contracts, usually a couple of times throughout them, they will restructure to free up cap, and then, over time the cap goes up, so it's no big deal, even though you're moving money down the road. I think there's a pretty good chance that happens. Obviously, we'll see what Brett Veach views on that standpoint. Fredi Martinez, what free agent pass rusher do you want to see? I'd look at your own guys. I'd look at Melvin Ingram first. I like how he played here. You bring him back, you see how he does in your offseason program, and I think he could give you 6, 7, 8 sacks on a full season potentially. He generated a lot of pressure. He played better against the run than I thought he would. So I would bring him back. Maybe I'll look at a Jadeveon Clowney as a possibility, a bargain chip as well, but we'll see on that front. Mike Marshall, Chiefs, should we get Stephon Gilmore? Shoot, I ain't going to say no, right? If you can get him for a price tag you like, I think that would be an upgrade over some of what you got back there. I don't hate the Chiefs corners. I thought Ward played well this year, but he's a free agent. Rashad Fenton was good for a lot of the season. I like Darius, but if you can get a Stephon Gilmore, then that's something I would definitely look into. Stormy KC, should we draft a defensive player first round or a wide receiver like Jameson Williams? Dude, if Jameson Williams is sitting there at 30, just take him. You put him into this offense with Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman, you'd have 3 of the 5 fastest players in the league probably. Let's go. Get Jameson Williams onto this team. Beach 303, DJ Chark or Juju if we could get one of them. It's a good question. I might go Chark, actually. Both were banged up this year. I like both players, but I think Chark could have more upside. We just haven't seen it as much because the Jags. But, I would be interested in both those guys. I might look at DJ Chark, though. I would not be opposed to that. Shawn Riley, how would you feel about drafting a safety like Lewis Sign out of Georgia? Defensive back. For the Bulldogs, had 43 tackles and a pick this past year. Had 9 pass breakups. Shout out producer Trace for looking that up on the fly. I'd be cool with it. I think you probably need another safety. Even if you bring Matthew back, you probably need another safety because I don't think Sorensen's coming back. Thornhill's going to be on the last year of his rookie deal. You got to get a safety. Second, third round, I think that's definitely a possibility. R.I. Dragonstar, RJ, not sure which. What are the biggest needs for the Chiefs? Let's say Matthew isn't back. I think safety's a big need, and I think pass rush is a big need. Just defensive line in general. After Chris Jones, there's no one on this roster that's incredibly proven on your front four. Michael Dan has flashed at times. I like him as a rotation piece. Probably not a starter, though. Chris Jones is under contract, Frank Clark's under contract, but I'm not convinced he's back. So those 2 spots are pretty big needs, in my opinion. Quincy, should the Chiefs sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Dude, I might be down, man. The way he's played for the Rams in the playoffs has been tremendous. OBJ has been nice, man. 23 targets. He's caught 19 of them. 236 and a touchdown. He was awesome in the NFC title game against the San Francisco 49ers. He made big play after big play. He's still a great route runner. He's great in the red zone. I didn't think OBJ was cooked, but I did not like what I saw in Cleveland. He's really impressed me with the Rams. I like how he's handled his business. I think there's gonna be a market for OBJ. Now he might just stay with the Rams, but hey, if he's available, take a swing. Type S for sign, type P for pass. Would you or should the Chiefs sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Get your votes in down in the comments. S for sign or P for pass. Zach Schmid, what do you think about a defensive scheme change? It's possible. I still think this team is built for a 4-3, though. Now, maybe different principles in terms of, man versus zone, blitz versus don't blitz. I don't know what's going to happen with Spags. My gut tells me he'll be back, but I think it's possible that there could be a change there. This offseason is going to be great from Tony. Good attitude to have, which is why you should subscribe to the Chiefs Report and take in all this content that we're about to bring you. Gavin Snow, do you think we could trade for Laviska Shenault? You could try. I kind of think whoever gets that Jags job is going to try and use him like he should, and that's as an all-around weapon on an offense. I think if you put him in Kansas City's offense, he would eat. But I don't know what their asking price would be. Could you get him for like a third or a fourth-round pick? If so, I'd probably be down. Sherrington, what do you think about trading for Calvin Ridley? I'm open to it. What's his market? Is he ready to play football? If you get the green light that he's ready to return and he's locked in and he's got, his mentals taken care of because he said he needed to work on his mental health, if there's issues there, you can't be playing football. Like, it's too violent of a sport to have major, personal issues going on. But if he's good to go and if his market isn't too high, then hell yeah, Calvin Ridley to Kansas City. Cole Keleher, a replacement for DeMarcus. What are the chances the Chiefs get Allen Robinson? Well, first of all, Allen Robinson is a much better player than DeMarcus Robinson. Okay, I know A-Rob didn't have a good year, but D-Rob is a number 3 at best, probably a number 4 receiver. A-Rob's potentially still a number 1, but for sure a number 2 receiver. I don't think the chances are that high, but maybe his market isn't that good because he did not play that well in Chicago this year. Now, something that is a great deal is this Chiefs long sleeve shirt. 25% off. It's only like $22 and change right now. Normally it's like $32. Go to chatsports.com/ChiefsLong. Get that long sleeve going. It's a long sleeve season because it's a little chilly these days. Chatsports.com/ChiefsLong. Go pick one up today. The link will be in the comments and in the description of this video. Go check out this sweet Kansas City Chiefs long sleeve shirt. Brayden, should the Chiefs get Jessie Bates? Yes. Or Jordan Whitehead? Sure. Or Marcus Maye? Or Marcus Williams? Yes. Or do you trust Armani Watts? Watts is not replacing Matthew. He is not a starter. Like all those other guys, Maye's coming off the Achilles. That's why I said, But if you can get any of these guys for a reasonable price tag, I'd definitely consider it. King Darius, should we grab a CB out of the draft? I think that's possible. If you re-sign Charvarius Ward and you got Fenton and Snead, then it's not a major need, but I would still probably spend like a third or fourth on one. Get a number 4 CB in here, and then groom that person to be a starter eventually. Mike Baker, is it completely crazy to field trade offers for Chris Jones and then reallocate those dollars to the defensive end positions? I wouldn't say it's completely crazy, but I wouldn't do it. Because if you trade Chris Jones, then what's your pass rush? Like, you better have like multiple guys lined up, which maybe that's what you're implying here, but Chris Jones is still by far your most disruptive player. He's still very good. I would not actively be looking to trade him. Armando Colon, I know Jameson Williams is tempting, but what about trading up for Sauce Gardner, the cornerback out of Cincinnati, or the second best CB in the draft from Cincy? Never let up a TV in his college career. I know the other guy who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name. I know who you're talking about, though. Both really good players. Look, if you think no, Stingley's the LSU guy, but there's another Cincinnati corner as well. It doesn't matter what his name is. The point you're making, Armando, is a good one because if you're convinced that one of these guys is a number 1 corner, then go get him. Like, that would be a game changer for this defense. RJ Dragonstar, what can they upgrade on the defensive side of their pass rush? Well, I think you could get some better edge rushers. I think you could add another defensive tackle, but I think edge is probably a spot to look at closer because I think Frank Clark's a good chance he's gone. Melvin Ingram, we'll see if he comes back, but even if he does, you need more depth there. So, yeah, defensive end. Ezra Timberlake, should Kansas City trade up in the draft? If there's a player they really like, sure. Like, if they're just like Jameson Williams could be a 1,200-yard guy in this offense, then yeah, go get him. But you don't do it just to do it. It depends on what players that they're interested in. Brayden, should we look at getting Christian Kirk or Chris Godwin or Mike Williams? I'd be interested in all three. I think Godwin's probably going to be out of their price range. I think Kirk could be within their price range, maybe Mike Williams as well. I think both would be good players. But, yeah, I still think another receiver opposite of Tyreek Hill is needed. I like how McCall Hardman played down the stretch, but I still think you need another outside receiver.